Out in the garden, behind the old shed, where the roses are brown and the summer is dead. I've got a shoebox filled with the us that we were, a collection of ink that's beginning to blur. Always yours, I'm coming home, you're the one. Sentences written and we still had the sun, but the paper is yellow and the edges are torn, and I can't carry the weight of the crown that I've worn. The ink is a secret, the paper is a ghost. I'm letting go of the things I loved most. I'm a girl with a shovel and a heart full of lead, putting the forevers into their bed. And I'm leaving my love notes buried in the soil, and in the labor and the beautiful toil. It's a cinematic ritual of vulnerable deep, a digital prayer that the earth's gonna keep. I'm covering the letters with the dust and the clay, watching the you and me wash all away. It's a hollow core funeral, a silent recoil, leaving my love notes buried in the soil. Buried in the soil. Maybe the roots will find something to say to the words that I'm hiding and pushing away. Will the I love yous turn into a vine, or just rot in the dark like a vintage of wine? The electronic textures are humming low, a rhythmic reminder of letting you go. I'm a gardener of shadows, a planter of grief, looking for a someday that brings me relief. 6 inches down, the promises rest, the I'll never leave, put to the test. It's quiet down there, it's finally fair. In the dirt, where it won't hurt no more, reading the lies. Good night, my love, stay down, 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 down. Stay down. The candle flickering alone, I lit it on the table where we used to share our wine, a single flame still dancing in the quiet of tonight. The wax keeps slowly melting, dripping down like silent tears, keeping time with heartbeats that have learned to count the years. The room is wrapped in shadow, only this small glow remains, illuminating emptiness where your laughter used to ring. I watch you fight the darkness with its fragile, trembling light, trying to hold the memory of when everything felt right. No wind to blow it out, no sudden stubborn flicker, refusing to complain. The candle flickering alone, burning softly for the love we've outgrown. It holds a space between us where our future used to shine. Now it only lies the hollow that was once yours and mine. I sit here in the half-light, letting shadows paint the wall, watching as the flame grows smaller, knowing it will fall. This candle flickering alone, it remembers how you'd smile when the power used to fail, how you'd pull me closer, tell me love would never pale. Now the flame is weaker, fighting just to stay alive, mirroring the feeling of the love we couldn't revive. I trace the melting wax with fingers cold and slow, feeling every droplet like the tears I never showed. The scent of vanilla lingers, faint and bittersweet, a ghost of all the evenings when our world felt warm and complete. Time was supposed to dim it, let the darkness take its place, but every night I light it just to see your absent face. The candle flickering alone, burning softly for the love we've outgrown. It holds a space between us where our future used to shine. Now it only lights the hollow that was once yours and mine. I sit here in the half-light, letting shadows paint the wall, watching as the flame grows smaller, knowing it will fall. This candle flickering alone. Maybe when it finally dies, I'll learn to sit in dark, accept the empty quiet and the ending of our spark. But right now I still need it, this tiny fragile flame, proof that something beautiful once answered to my name. It flickers like my heartbeat, unsteady but still true, a gentle kind of mourning for the me that loved you. The candle flickering alone, teaching me the beauty and the things we can't atone. It burns with all the tenderness we lost along the way, a quiet kind of requiem for brighter, warmer days. I'll let it burn a little longer, let it guide me through the night, until my heart can learn to live without your light. This candle flickering alone, the candle flickering alone, still burning for you. I found a grain of sand in the pocket of my coat, and a wrinkled sun-bleached see you later note. The air in this room is reach for the warmth of your hand, the more that it turns into shadow and sand. The tan lines are fading, the evening is long, and the radio's playing a different song. But if I stay quiet, if I hold my breath, I can almost cheat the winter and the ghost of this death. Oh, they're just whispers from a vanished summer, a rhythmic hum, a ghostly drummer beating against the walls of my mind, searching for a you I can't seem to find. It's a cinematic ache, a golden hour blur, a memory of exactly who we were before the leaves turned and the sky went gray and the wind blew the us of it all away. I remember the ice melting into your palm and the terrifying beauty of the mid-July calm. Now the porch swing is empty, it's shivering in white, and I'm haunting the boardwalk in the middle of the night. Every rustle of grass, every creak of the floor is a voice that I've heard 1,000 times before, calling me back to the pier and the shore, to a version of me that doesn't exist anymore. The humidity's gone, but the weight is still here, a permanent humidity of one final year. I'm a postcard that's lost, I'm a firework that failed, a ship in a bottle that never quite sailed. Yeah, they're just whispers from a vanished summer, a rhythmic hum, a ghostly drummer beating against the walls of my mind, searching for a you I can't seem to find. It's a cinematic ache, a golden hour blur, a memory of exactly who we were before the leaves turned and the sky went gray and the wind blew the us of it all away. I can still hear you in the tall grass, I can still feel you as the seasons pass. Just a whisper, just a whisper. The nails are still driven deep into the plaster, a silent map of a beautiful disaster. I took them all down one by one last night, stacked them in the corner out of the light. Now there's just pale rectangles on the gray, ghostly reminders of a brighter day, where the sun hit your hair and the world felt wide, before the color ran out and the feeling died. I'm tracing the outlines with a trembling hand, building a life on a kingdom of sand. The glass is all polished, the wood is all cold, and I'm left with the stories that we never told. Now it's just empty frames where we used to smile. I've been staring at the nothing for a long, long while. A cinematic hollow, a gallery of gone in the blue-gray light of a lonely dawn. The joy has been cropped, the edges are frayed in the shadow of every promise we made. It's a house full of windows that look into never, and empty frames where we stay. stay together forever. The flash, the 1, 2, 3. The way that you looked when you looked at me. Now I'm holding the paper, but the ink is all white. A chemical burn in the middle of the night. I try to remember the curve of your face, but the vacuum I'm missing is taking up space. It's a curated silence, a museum of us turning to silver, then turning to dust. Do I fill them with strangers? Do I leave them all bare? Is there nothing more honest than you being there? I'm a curator of heartaches, a master of grief, and the absence of you is the ultimate thief. Yeah, it's just empty frames where we used to smile. I've been staring at the nothing for a long, long while. A cinematic hollow, a gallery of gone in the blue-gray light of a lonely dawn. The joy has been cropped, the edges are frayed in the shadow of every promise we made. It's a house full of windows that look into never, and empty frames where we stay together. Just the hooks and how it looks. Just the space where I saw your face. Empty. We were waves against the night, crashing soft in silver light. Every promise felt so wide, like the endless turning tide. Your hands slipped out of mine, somewhere lost between the lines. Now the ocean feels too far from where we thought we were. I call your name across the sea, but it just comes back to me. It's a love that became a distant shore, something I can't reach anymore. Every tide pulls me away from the words we couldn't say. I keep drifting in the blue, carried farther from you. Now I'm lost in what we were, with a love that's a distant shore. There's a silence in the waves, like a truth we couldn't say. Every echo fades too fast, from a future to a past. We were more than just a spark, now we're shadows in the dark, floating on what used to be in a broken memory. I try to swim against the flow, but it only lets me know it's a love that became a distant shore, fading like it did before. Every heartbeat out of sync, on the edge of what I think. I keep reaching through the tide for the place where you still hide, but you're somewhere I can't explore. Just watch the tide erase the core of a love that's a distant shore. We were waves against the night. I left my heart in your goodbye, somewhere between the truth and lie. Your shadow lingers in my chest, a ghost that never lets me rest. The night still whispers your name, through every crack, through every pain. I try to hold what slipped away, but it unraveled anyway. I feel myself begin to break with every breath I try to take. I'm just pieces of me scattered in the wind, trying to find where I begin again. Every part you used to hold now is drifting, lost and cold. I keep reaching through the air, but there's nothing left to repair. I'm falling apart without you, and pieces of me scattered in the wind. There's a silence I can't escape, a hollow echo in your shape. Every step I take alone feels like a path I've never known. We were fire, we were light, now just ashes in the night, blowing through what used to be. All that's left of you and me. I call your name into the sky, but it fades before it flies. I'm just pieces of me scattered in the wind, every memory wearing thin. All the love we tried to save, now just something I can't brave. I keep chasing what we had through the echoes of the past, but I'm lost without your skin. Pieces of me scattered in the wind. If I could gather every shard of this broken, fragile heart, maybe I could start anew, but every piece still leads to you. Falling down, no safe ground, lost, not found. I'm just pieces of me scattered in the wind, trying to let the healing in. Every tear, every scar shows me who we really are. Though I'm shattered, I still breathe through the pain you left in me. And I'm learning how to lend pieces of me in the wind. So I'll let the silence speak through the fragments left of me, a broken soul learning to mend from pieces in the wind. The day is a distraction, a noisy charade of coffee and small talk and plans that we made. But when the city goes quiet and the streetlights turn blue, the walls start to breathe with the memory of you. I'm checking the locks, though there's no one to come, watching the shadows turn heavy and numb. The 12:08 silence is a physical weight pressing down on a heart that I opened too late. It's a chemical shift, a darkening tide. There's nowhere to run and there's nowhere to hide from the ghost in the kitchen, the ghost in the hall, as the numbers on the digital clock start to crawl. Oh, it's a cinematic hollow, beautiful sting, the shadow of everything we used to bring. It's the hollowed out us, and nowhere do I go when the world is asleep and the volume is low. It's a thrum in my veins, it's a fever of blue, the longest 5 hours I've ever lived through. Yeah, the sun is a liar, but the moon always knows the ache that follows midnight grows. I'm retracing our fights and the way that you smiled, like a book with the pages all jagged and wild. I'm reaching for pillows that are cool in the stone, reminded of how it feels to be truly alone. The blue light on my phone is a desperate spark, searching for typing in the middle of the dark. But the screen stays as empty as the space in my chest, and I'm failing the test of a heart at its rest. 2 a.m. is a desert, 3 a.m. is a sea, 4 a.m. is a mirror reflecting a me that I don't recognize, that I don't wanna be without the you that was supposed to be free. It's a cinematic hollow, beautiful sting, the shadow of everything we used to bring. It's the hollowed out us, and nowhere do I go when the world is asleep and the volume is low. It's a thrum in my veins, it's a fever of blue, the longest 5 hours I've ever lived through. Yeah, the sun is a liar, but the moon always knows the ache that follows midnight grows. Still alive. 12:42, missing you. It grows, it grows. It grows. We planted dreams in fragile ground, softest holes without a sound. Every petal reached for light. In your arms it felt so right, but seasons turned without a sign, left our roots misaligned. Every color drained away in the quiet of decay. I try to water what we were, but nothing answered anymore. Is the garden that stopped blooming, where love was once consuming? Every rose we used to grow now is buried down below. I keep walking through the dirt, feeling every hit There's a silence in the leaves, whispering what couldn't be. Every branch that used to sway now just slowly fades to gray. We were sunlight, we were rain, now just echoes left in pain. All the life we couldn't save lies beneath what we once gave. I hear your voice in empty air, but you're not really there. It's the garden that stopped blooming, every memory consuming. All the beauty that we knew now is lost without you. I keep searching for a sign that your heart still echoes mine, but the roots have come undone, and there's nothing left to run. If I could bring the spring back in, would it heal the state we're in? Would the flowers fall again, like a story at its end, fading green? What's unseen in between? It's the garden that stopped blooming, where the light is slowly dimming. Every dream we tried to grow couldn't survive the undertow. And though I stand here all alone among the seeds we never sown, I still feel what we were proving in the garden that stopped blooming. So I'll leave the soil untouched, where we once felt so much, a love that couldn't keep its meaning, in the garden that stopped blooming. We traced our dreams across the blue. Every cloud held me and you, swore forever in the light, under endless summer skies. But something shifted in the air, like a truth we couldn't bear. Now the horizon feels so far from where we thought we were. I keep searching for a sign in the sky that changed with time. Is the sky that lost its promise, or forever turned dishonest? Every word we used to trust fell apart and turned to dust. I keep looking up for you through a faded, broken hue, but there's nothing left to hold in a sky that lost its soul. There's a silence in the breeze, whispering our memories. Every color washed away in the slow decay of gray. We were brighter than the dawn, now that light is gone. Just reflections of the past in a moment that couldn't last. I call your never quite console, in a sky that lost its soul. In a sky that lost its soul. I'm tracing the hollows of the sofa cushions where the ghost of your weight used to be. I'm reaching for a hand in the middle of the night, but there's only a cold digital sea. The sweater you left has lost your scent. It's just cotton and thread and a life we spent. I'm trying to catch a feeling that's gone, like a photograph left too long in the sun. It's a phantom limb, it's a static hum. I'm waiting for the shivers to finally come, but the skin remembers what the mind tries to hide. A cinematic ache on the deep inside. Now I'm living on fragile echoes of your touch. I didn't think nothing could hurt this much. It's cinematic blur, soft focus pain, like a heartbeat crying in the electronic rain. I'm reaching through the mist, I'm grasping at the air, searching for the fingerprints you left everywhere, but they're fading out. They're slipping through the fragile echoes of wanting you. I walk through the market where we used to browse, past the ghost of our laughter and the ghost of our vows. I felt a brush on my shoulder, a flicker of heat, but it was just a stranger on a crowded street. My nerves are all frayed, their wires exposed. A book with a story that's prematurely closed. I'm a digital girl in a physical world, watching the ribbons of us get uncurled. If I stay very still, can I feel it again? The ghost of your fingers, the where and the when. But the signal is weak, the frequency's low, and I'm just a girl letting you go. Lullaby that turned bitter. You used to sing me to sleep with a soft and sleepy tune, voice like summer honey underneath the silver moon. Every note will wrap around me, warm and sad. it's a turning low. The gentle way you'd hum it, rocking me so slow. But the sweetness has gone sour, the comfort turned to ache. Every line you sang me now feels like a mistake. No angry words were spoken, no final slam door, just a lullaby that learned to hurt me more and more. The lullaby that turned bitter still plays inside my chest like a broken, faded whisper. It rocks me through the darkness with a tenderness that lies. Every note reminds me of the love that said goodbye. I hum it to myself when the nights get cold and long, but the melody feels hollow now that you are gone. The lullaby that turned bitter. We'd lie there in the half-light, tangled up in sheets. You'd sing it like a promise that our future would be sweet. Now the same soft rhythm echoes through these empty rooms, turning tender memories into quiet, aching wounds. I catch myself repeating it when I'm driving after dark. The words feel like a dagger pressed against my heart. The tune that once brought comfort now only brings the rain, washing over scars that still carry your name. Time was supposed to soften it, to turn the pain to dust, but every time I hear it, it cuts deeper than it must. The lullaby that turned bitter still rocks me through the evenings like a ghost I can't dismiss. It sings of all the futures that we never got to kiss. Every gentle promise now feels like a twist. I hum it to myself when the nights get cold and long, but the melody feels hollow now that you are gone. The lullaby that turned bitter. If I could change the key or rewrite every line, I'd make it sweet again, the way it used to shine. But some songs only sour once the singer walks away, leaving just the echo of the love that couldn't stay. I wonder if you ever hum it late at night, or if you left the melody behind.